Hey, so I'm going to go over our regeneration, our recovery, roll and stretch routine. I'm going to go through all the foam rolling movements, and then I'm going to take you through all the stretches. So I'm going to shoot a video for the rolling, and then I'll shoot a video for the stretches that go along with that. So what I want you to do is focus on rolling out the muscle or whatever it is that you're working on, and then stretch that. So if I'm rolling my calves out, then I'm gonna stretch my calves. If I'm rolling my hamstrings, I'm gonna stretch my hamstrings. And this should be done at the end of the day or at the end of a workout, but you don't want to do it when you have something coming up right away again. So like if we were getting done with practice and we had a lift, I wouldn't do it after practice. I'd wait till I was done with everything if I could, just because it puts us into that recovery state, and we don't want to do that if we have something coming up still. So we'll first start off, we're just going to work from bottom up. So we're going to start off with rolling out the calves. So what I like to do is just go one at a time. I can put a little more weight, and then I'm going to roll all the way from the heel all the way up to the back of the knee. So I'm going to work all the way up, and you can work in increments too, so you don't have to just go all the way at the beginning, but just kind of work back and forth. If you feel like a tighter area, rock back and forth on that, and I can lift my butt up off the ground to put more weight into that roller. So you're going to do that, okay, all the way up into behind the knee. So find out where it's tight, and make sure you're rolling out not just the back side of the calf, but the inside and the outside. All right, and you're going to do that on both sides. So you can kind of set a clock and go for 20 seconds on the right leg, or 20 to 30 seconds, and then same thing on the left leg. Then you're going to work to the hamstring, okay? So know that the hamstring attaches below the knee and all the way up to the top, below at the bottom of the butt. So we're going to work all the way up that. You can roll to the side a little bit, find out where it's tight. If you want to, you stack that leg and then lift your butt up too to put more weight onto it. But if you find a tight area, rock back and forth on that. So don't just roll with the muscle, okay? Go crossways with the muscle too. And that'll kind of break up that stuff. So that way we roll out, we break up anything, any knots or any scar tissue, stuff like that. And then we can stretch that tissue after we've rolled it out. Then you'll go to the other side, of course, all right? Then we're gonna work our way up to the glutes. When you roll out the glutes, okay, you're gonna take if I'm gonna roll out my right glute, I'm gonna take my right leg up over my left knee, and I'm gonna roll to the side a little bit and hit this upper part, okay? You can roll the whole thing out if you want to, but that's generally where it's gonna be a little bit tighter in those external rotators, okay? So you're gonna rock to that side, kind of find where it's tight, roll back, rock back and forth on it if I feel tight, maybe just hang out on it, okay? Oscillate a little bit in a smaller area, and just breathe through that until that kind of starts to relax. Alrighty. Then after we get done with the glutes, we're going to go to the quads. So we got 3 parts with the quads. So we're going to do the front side, the inside, and the outside. Okay, focus on like that teardrop muscle on the inside and the lateral side, also the front. And then we'll hit those adductor groin area here in a little bit. So ladies, they can roll out 2 at a time. Okay, gentlemen, we just kind of have to go to the side. So you're going to set up that roller just on one leg. Okay, so my other leg is out to the side out here. Alrighty. So I'm going to work all the way from the top of the hip all the way down the knee. If I feel like a tight area, I can flex and extend that knee, okay, where it's tight at. Then I'll also work to the inside a little bit, so I'll just turn my body, so now I'm hitting the inside. To hit the outside, it's not the IT band, you're hitting that lateral quad, okay? So I'm gonna just roll to my side a little bit, all the way to the top of the knee, all the way to the top of the hip. And like I said, you can roll back and forth on it crosswise. You can flex and extend that knee when you get on a tight area. You're gonna do that on both sides. So maybe go like 20 seconds in each position. That's a minute on the right, a minute on the left, something like that, or 15 seconds too. The next part we're gonna do is the adductor groin area. So now you're gonna set the roller. It's gonna be parallel with your torso, but you're gonna bring your leg up into hip flexion and then external rotation, okay? So, and then the roller is gonna be perpendicular to your thigh right here. So you're gonna work all the way from the knee, okay, all the way up as high as you can in that groin area, okay? And then if I get on a tight area, same thing, I can flex and extend that knee, all right? I can roll forward on it, back and forth, kind of rock back and forth on it, flex, extend. If I find somewhere, generally I'm a little bit tighter towards the knee. You'll have some guys that are maybe tighter up top or right in the middle. Find where you're tight at and work through that area, okay? Don't spend time on it if you're not super tight there. Just address the areas that you really need to, all right? And then after that, okay, we're gonna work to the upper body, and we're gonna spend some time on the lats, okay? So the lat attaches to the upper arm, runs all the way down your back. Where you're gonna find the most tender spot is right here in this armpit. So that reduces our shoulder flexion and getting up overhead, and we don't want that. So we wanna make sure that this is nice and supple, the tissue's nice and supple, so we're gonna spend time rolling that out before we start stretching it. So I'm gonna lean back just a little bit, start right in my armpit, work through that motion. I can rock back and forth on it, okay? Just where I find those tighter areas. And then I'm gonna work all the way down to the top of my hip if you want to, or just mostly stay in the armpit area if that's where it's most tight. So that's the rolling, and then we'll go to the stretching next.